In the heart of Mindanao, where emerald mountains rise above the clouds and ancient forests stretch as far as the eye can see, a secret lay hidden for centuries beneath the Earth's surface. This land, shaped by time and tradition, has always been a place of mystery and promise, a place where legends are born and destinies are forged. As the first light of dawn crept over quiet villages and the rainforest awoke with the songs of birds, a quiet discovery was about to unfold, one that would soon shake the world to its core. The people of Mindanao, long accustomed to the rhythms of nature and the cycles of the land, had no idea that their home was about to become the focus of global attention. Deep within the dense, tangled forests, a team of geologists and scientists, driven by curiosity and hope, uncovered something more valuable than gold, a vast deposit of rare earth elements. These minerals, hidden for millennia, are the building blocks of modern technology, essential for everything from smartphones to electric cars, wind turbines, and advanced medical equipment. The news thundered across the globe, echoing from the innovation hubs of Silicon Valley to the strategic halls of the Pentagon. Overnight, the Philippines was thrust into the international spotlight, its name flashing across headlines and world maps. Suddenly, all eyes were on Mindanao, a region once overlooked, now recognized as a potential game-changer in the race for technological supremacy and sustainable energy. Mindanao, long called the Land of Promise, now truly held the key to the future. The rare earth elements beneath its soil could power the next generation of innovation, fueling the green revolution and transforming industries worldwide. These minerals are the silent force behind our digital lives and the global push for clean energy. For centuries, this promise was out of reach for the people of Mindanao. Generations toiled in the fields, dreaming of a better tomorrow. Now the earth beneath their feet offered a chance to lift millions out of poverty, to create new opportunities, and to build a future where prosperity could be shared by all. The world, once content to overlook this island, now watched with intense focus and anticipation. International journalists flocked to Manila, business leaders and investors analyzed every development, and governments weighed the strategic implications of Mindanao's newfound wealth. The implications were profound, not just for global power, but for the Filipino people themselves. Families gathered in their homes filled with hope and uncertainty, while leaders debated how best to harness this discovery for the nation's good. The choices made now would shape the destiny of generations to come. This was a moment to rewrite the nation's story, a turning point filled with both hope and peril. Celebrations erupted in the streets, but so did questions and concerns. Would this treasure bring unity or division? Would it be a blessing or a burden? The stakes had never been higher. The ground had yielded a treasure that could secure the nation's place in the world, opening doors to new alliances, trade, and influence. Ships prepared to carry these precious resources to distant shores, while the world waited to see how the Philippines would navigate this new chapter. But with this treasure came a heavy responsibility. The decisions made now would determine whether Mindanao's riches would be a source of lasting prosperity or a fleeting windfall. Community leaders, engineers, and ordinary citizens all faced the same question: how to protect the land, honor traditions, and ensure that progress did not come at too high a cost. As the initial roar of discovery faded, replaced by the quiet hum of deliberation, a single urgent question echoed across the land: what happens next? The world watched, and so did the people of Mindanao, their hopes and fears intertwined. The story of Mindanao's promise was just beginning. With every sunrise, a new chapter awaited, one shaped by courage, wisdom, and the enduring spirit of a people ready to claim their future. Rare earth elements, 17 unique metals with names like neodymium, europium, and terbium, are some of the most fascinating and essential materials on our planet. Though you may never see them with the naked eye, these elements are quietly shaping the very fabric of our daily existence. They are the hidden force behind our modern lives, powering the technology that connects us, entertains us, and even keeps us safe. From the moment you wake up and check your phone, to the lights that illuminate your home at night, rare earths are working behind the scenes. Despite their name, these elements aren't truly rare in the Earth's crust. What makes them special is that they're rarely found in concentrations high enough to be mined easily or economically. Extracting them requires complex processes and careful handling, making them both valuable and challenging to obtain. Think of rare earths as the vitamins of technology. Just as a small amount of vitamins can have a huge impact on your health, tiny amounts of these elements make our devices smarter, smaller, and more efficient. They're the secret ingredient in the gadgets we rely on every day. Your smartphone, television, and electric car all depend on rare earths to function. Neodymium, for example, is used to create powerful tiny magnets that make speakers and vibration motors possible, while also enabling the compact designs we love. Europium and terbium are responsible for the brilliant reds and greens you see on high-definition screens, bringing vivid colors to life in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago. Wind turbines and electric vehicles also rely heavily on rare earths for their high-performance motors and advanced batteries. Without these elements, the transition to clean, renewable energy would be far more difficult and expensive. Even the energy-efficient light bulbs that brighten our homes and offices owe their long-lasting, vibrant glow to rare earth phosphors. As the world races toward a greener future, our dependence on rare earths is only increasing. They are at the heart of solar panels, wind turbines, and the next generation of sustainable technologies. But their importance doesn't stop at consumer tech or green energy. Rare earths are also vital for national security, used in jet engines, missile guidance systems, advanced communications, and even satellites orbiting above us. Access to rare earths has become a matter of strategic survival for world powers. Nations compete for secure supplies, knowing that control over these resources can shape the balance of global power. In ways both visible and invisible, the world's future truly runs on these remarkable elements. As technology advances, rare earths will only become more essential, powering innovation, progress, and the very way we live. Extracting rare earths is fraught with environmental peril. Beneath the surface, the quest for these valuable minerals often comes at a steep cost, one that is not always visible at first glance. The process of mining rare earths is complex and invasive, requiring the removal of vast amounts of earth and rock, which disrupts delicate ecosystems and leaves the land forever changed. Mining releases toxic chemicals and radioactive materials, contaminating soil, water, and air. Rivers once teeming with life become choked with chemical residue, and the air carries the invisible burden of dust and toxins. These pollutants seep into the ground, poisoning crops and drinking water, and their effects can linger for decades long after the mines have closed. Around the world, weak regulations have left landscapes scarred and communities suffering. In many places, the promise of economic growth has overshadowed the need for environmental protection, leaving behind abandoned sites and broken communities. Families are forced to live with the consequences: illness, loss of livelihood, and a landscape that no longer sustains them. The Philippines knows this pain, like the Marcopper disaster which poisoned rivers and livelihoods for generations. In Marinduque, entire villages watched as their rivers turned toxic, their fish died, and their children grew up in the shadow of contamination. The disaster became a symbol of what can go wrong when profit is placed above people and the environment. Such tragedies fuel deep mistrust of mining projects. Communities remember the broken promises and the devastation left behind, making it difficult for new projects to gain acceptance. The wounds of the past are not easily healed, and skepticism runs deep among those who have seen the true cost of mining. The promise of wealth can leave a legacy of poison. While rare earths and precious metals bring riches to a few, they often leave behind a toxic inheritance for many. The glitter of gold and the allure of minerals cannot mask the scars etched into the land and the lives forever altered. In Mindanao, hope is mixed with dread. The risk of catastrophe is real and remembered. Villagers watch the trucks roll in, uncertain if this time will be different, or if history will repeat itself. The tension between opportunity and fear is palpable, as communities weigh the potential for progress against the threat of disaster. The challenge: unlock this wealth without sacrificing the land and people. It is a delicate balance requiring honest dialogue, scientific rigor, and a willingness to put the well-being of communities and nature first. Only through collaboration and transparency can a new path forward be found. It demands wisdom, foresight, and a commitment to protect nature. Activists, scientists, and responsible companies must work together to restore what has been damaged and prevent future harm. Every tree replanted, every river tested, is a step toward healing and hope. The future depends on learning from the scars of the past. Only by remembering these lessons can we ensure that the mistakes of yesterday do not become the tragedies of tomorrow, and that the land can one day recover from the shadow cast by mining. For years, China dominated the rare earth market, controlling over 90% of global supply. This gave Beijing immense leverage, even using exports as a geopolitical weapon. The world's tech and defense industries became dangerously dependent on a single source. The Mindanao discovery changes everything. The Philippines could become a major new supplier, offering the world an alternative to China. This shift could stabilize prices and diversify supply chains. But developing these resources will require huge investment, technology, and strict oversight. China won't give up its dominance easily. The Philippines now holds a key to the world's technological future. The global balance of power is shifting, and all eyes are on Manila. For Filipinos, Mindanao's discovery sparks hope and pride. The nation dreams of prosperity, no longer just a source of labor, but a global economic force. Thousands of jobs could transform communities, lifting families out of poverty. Economic benefits would ripple outward, funding roads, schools, and hospitals. Beyond wealth, there's a surge of national pride. The world's technology could soon depend on Filipino resources. This is a chance to solve old challenges and invest in a brighter future. The dream is not just about money, but destiny, a golden age for the land of promise. The hope to build a legacy of progress, justice, and innovation. The nation stands ready to seize its moment. Yet hope is tempered by caution. Filipinos remember broken promises and environmental disasters. Indigenous communities fear for their lands and culture, threatened by large-scale mining. There's deep concern that wealth will enrich only a few, leaving pollution and poverty behind. The people demand transparency, strong protections, and a voice in decisions. Prosperity must not come at the cost of the nation's soul. The world's powers now focus on the Philippines. The US, EU, Japan, and China all see what's at stake: secure access to rare earths. The Philippines is courted with offers of investment, technology, and alliances. The US and allies want to diversify supply chains and reduce dependence on China. China seeks to maintain its dominance, offering its own deals and influence. The Philippines holds extraordinary leverage, but faces immense pressure. Every decision will be scrutinized on the world stage. The government must navigate this complex landscape with skill and care. The choices made now will define the nation's future. The Philippine government stands at a crossroads. One path promises rapid wealth, risking the environment and communities. The other urges caution, preserving Mindanao's lands and cultures. Leaders must balance ambition with responsibility, resisting both greed and fear. The decisions ahead are moral tests. Who will benefit, and at what cost? Wisdom, courage, and integrity are needed now more than ever. The fate of Mindanao and the nation hangs in the balance. The Philippines need not choose between wealth and ruin. There is a third path: responsible development. This means world-class regulations, investment in Filipino expertise, and true partnership with local communities. The nation can set a global standard for sustainable mining, attracting responsible investors and commanding premium prices. By leading with integrity, the Philippines can turn sustainability into a competitive advantage. This is about more than minerals. It's about national character and vision. The Mindanao discovery is a test, curse, or blessing. By choosing wisely, the Philippines can build a future that is just, green, and sovereign.